the reality of the NFL these days in terms of competing for Super Bowls, for the most part, is either you have a star quarterback or you don't. Teams like Washington, the Raiders, those teams have been dysfunctional for years. And one of the reasons why is because lack of stability at quarterback. And look at teams like Carolina and Tampa Bay. You know, they were dysfunctional for a while. But when the Carolina Panthers got Cam Newton, they immediately took off. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when they acquired Tom Brady, they immediately took off. Whenever you have the quarterback right, everything seems to fall in place. The reality of the Tennessee Titans right now is that they lack a star quarterback. They are desperately starving for a star franchise quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, I think he's a nice guy. He's had a decent career up to this point. But Ryan Tannehill, that's an iPhone 5. That iPhone came out a decade ago. That iPhone is outdated. It's limited. There's a ceiling. It's outdated. Ryan Tannehill, you can't sell that to me in a playoff game versus Josh Allen. You can't sell that to me in a playoff game versus Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. You just can't do it. It's not going to work. Okay? Malik Willis, Will Levis, again, not saying these guys don't have talent. Maybe they could pan out, but these were not high pedigree guys. These were not guys that NFL scouts were drooling over in the draft. And again, maybe they fell and people passed on them, and that's fine, but there's a reason these teams passed on these guys. If they were such great prospects, they would have been first-round picks, and they weren't. So there's a lot of questions there. And you mean to tell me in a division with Trevor Lawrence, you're selling me Ryan Tannehill, Malik Willis, or Will Levis? I'm sorry, but I'm not really sold. And not to mention, what if CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson hit? Either you have a star quarterback or you don't, okay? You are limited, even if you have a great coaching staff and a great defense, if you don't have a star quarterback. Look at the 49ers. Had all the pieces in the world to win a Super Bowl. They couldn't get it done because the Kansas City Chiefs had Patrick Mahomes and the 49ers had Jimmy Garoppolo. It's that simple. Look at the Tennessee Titans last year. Despite all their injuries, despite lack of talent at the quarterback position, Mike Vrabel was able to win games. But it came down to the final game of their season, and the Jaguars had Trevor Lawrence, and the Titans, they didn't have a star quarterback available. And Trevor Lawrence is just starting to figure it out. Okay, he's in his third season as a starter, and he's already proven he can win a playoff game. So the Titans, they must quickly figure this out. If they don't quickly figure this out, it is going to end up being ugly for them. A few years ago, I do believe the Titans had a chance to win a Super Bowl when they had a great roster. A.J. Brown was on the team. They had good receivers. Derrick Henry was unbelievable. The defense was starting to come on. They reached the ceiling at one point because they lacked a star quarterback. And right now today, nothing has changed. So if I'm the Titans, I advise you to go out and try to find a star quarterback, because until you don't, or until you do, I should say, you will be behind the 8 ball. And that's how I feel about the Titans. The Titans, they are desperately lacking star power at the quarterback position, and they will need to try to get one eventually if they want to start competing for Super Bowls.